Hello, my friends. We are sitting here in beautiful Beaver Creek with Mike Trueblood, our 1994 class, 1991 NCAA champion, born in or raised in Boulder, Colorado, skied for Eldora Mountain Ski Club, truly local kid. And I would like to ask Mike, what brought you to CU, by the way?
Yeah, thanks, Rich. Great to see you. Growing up in Boulder and skiing at Eldora, we got to see the CU team training there. And so I remember seeing people like Steve Nelson, who was the 1982 GS champ, and seeing guys like that, when I was growing up and you see these really good skiers and you see them train, you see them at races, and you just think, gosh, if I could ever be part of that, that would be pretty cool. When you grow up, you want to try to make the U.S. ski team or make a big college team, and seeing the CU team there and seeing them train and ski, to me that was big inspiration and motivation a lot of the time we were there. So that was one thing that brought me to CU for sure.
All right. Well, I would talk to you a little bit about, or you have to tell me a little bit about your college experience, your academic and athletic. Obviously, athletic experience was very exceptional. Hi, baby. Winning NCAA championship in your first year.
Yeah.
That's a accomplishment, no question. So tell me a little bit about school and athletic training and everything what you experience on that side.
As far as at CU, I came to CU my first year. I was on the development team. So I graduated high school and then I ski raced for a year. I did a gap year and then came to CU and wanted to ski there. So did development team for 1 year and then made the varsity team my second year. And that was the 90-91 season. So for me, I got to figure school out a little bit for a year and ski in FIS races and skied in a couple college races and then was lucky enough to get up to the varsity team. But there were always lots of good people to train with. That was one thing. When I got there were lots of good skiers, and that helped me a lot. When I was there, skiing with other good skiers made me better, and watching them and working with the coaches, that helped me improve. And so I was just trying to keep it going well in school and hopefully get into a few college races, which we all went to. That my second year and then your first year as head coach.
Yeah. All right. Academically?
I studied business. So I was an accounting major and studied business, and it took me a while to find a major. So I studied math for a while. I was a math major for a while, and then I really liked business, so I finished up with the accounting degree, and then I worked for a big accounting firm after college. So I went to work in California for a few years before coming back to Colorado. So I earned my CPA and learned a lot there in California, and then worked in Colorado, and then I've worked in a number of different roles since then. I worked at Comcast for 14 years. I worked at Ski and Snowboard Club Vail for a few years as general manager there. And then I've worked the last, coming up on 4 years at Vail Resorts. I worked for 2 years at Vail and 2 years at Beaver Creek.
Well, it kind of rolled smoothly to my next question. I was going to ask, what did CU and ski team and school meant for you in future life, besides having wonderful family, beautiful kids, all avid skiers, all on the way to CU, ski team, obviously, and one of continuous family traditions. Tell me a little bit about your college experience and current or present job. What do you do now?
So right now I work at Beaver Creek, and I'm the senior director for village operations. So at Beaver Creek, that takes care of the buses, the public safety, the mountain services, base operations, a lot of the operations at Beaver Creek that kind of support the mountain. You have the village and you have lots of things going on there. So the teams I work with kind of support all those services, and then we work closely with everyone on the mountain to make sure it's smooth transition up to the hill. So I'm involved with the big events and the big things that happen at Beaver Creek. which is kind of pretty exciting, from having a ski racing background, like to be involved with like the Birds of Prey the last 2 years. It's pretty neat to support that event, and we're going to unfortunately take a little break this year, but hopefully back next year. But it's cool to be part of that and work and see ski friends and support a big event like that. So that's one thing in my current role that I certainly see. And
Mike is not too much exception to the rule. Everybody coming through the ski team end up somehow being affiliated with the skiing in future life and keeping it on the plate for rest of the life. So I also want to bring up the fact that Mike was the first or one of first contributing to this year ski team effort to raise the money and help the team to overcome difficult year. Mikey, how do you see this out of your position of being professional? Do you give any hope?
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully we can all the buffs can come together and pitch in a little bit, like we do at skee ball every year, and hopefully we can do so directly this year. And I think there's enough buffs out there to that we can put things in good shape, for where we need to be for this year and hopefully for the future. You asked about what did the ski team bring to me. There's so many things. It's hard to point to one thing, but some of the things that the ski team meant to me were friendships. Making friends and having friends that not just when you're in school, but people that I've kept in touch with, all these years after, and coaches and friends, and just having those relationships. And I still see people that I skied with, see them a couple times a year to go for bike rides or go visit some of our other friends. So that's one thing that it brought. And then just bringing people together, and that's what I think this initiative is about this fall. Just like we came together to win national championships or to win regionals or to cheer each other on, we're going to work together this fall and find a way to get where we need to be.
It's very exceptional because it has been 30 years back and they still stay together. They are close to be grandpas or on that borderline. And they still do things together, like biking together. I don't know, you were somewhere 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Group of you.
We went on a mountain bike on a hut trip. We started in Telluride and went to Gateway, which is most of the way to Moab. And so Onda Royce Smalls was there, and Shauna Fisher was there. I forgot her married name, unfortunately. I just remember Shauna Fisher, but Shauna and Onda and I, we were riding together with Heidi and some other friends and Heidi's sister, and those are different than the bike rides we did during Dryland 30 years ago. Like everyone was happy to ride on this one. It wasn't like before, but that's again getting to see people like that and do things. And Kim Arneson and Jennifer Arneson were in the U.S. Over this year, and we got to see them at skee ball last year. And they were going to come riding with us, but unfortunately we had kind of the situation with the coronavirus this year, so some of the plans had to change. But gosh, we saw those guys ride, and then we see a lot of folks in Aspen. We do the Brian Sachs ride. We see a lot of CU friends at that, and good way to stay in touch. And like you said, that's one of the sort of the real special and kind of best parts of being part of the team.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is proud moment of my career always, to have proud buffalo like this, carrying the torch of excellence and actually accomplishing everything in his life what goes with skiing. Couldn't go better. So, Mikey, thank you.
Thanks,
It
Rich.
was a pleasure to talk to you.
Great to see you. Thanks for letting me be part of it. I appreciate it.
Thank you.